Welcome to the video. Today we will talk about what to do if an online seller threatens court action or pressures you to cancel a payment dispute. First, we will set the scene and explain the psychology behind these tactics. Next, we will walk through clear steps to protect yourself. Finally, we will end with a concise checklist, diagrams, and quizzes to lock in your understanding. Here's the plan for the video. First, we will describe the typical scenario that leads to a dispute. Then, we will explore why sellers push you to cancel. After that, we will give you precise steps to follow. Next, we will separate bluff from reality on legal threats. Then, we will share an evidence checklist and a practical timeline. Afterward, we will test your knowledge with quick quizzes. Finally, we will summarize the key lessons and wrap up. This is a general information resource, not legal advice. Laws vary by jurisdiction and circumstances. For legal guidance tailored to your situation, consult a qualified attorney. Throughout the video, we will speak from a consumer protection and payments process perspective, based on typical chargeback workflows. Imagine you placed an online order and the product never arrived. After several weeks of silence or unhelpful responses, you file a dispute with your bank or card issuer. Almost immediately, the seller sends aggressive messages. They threaten legal action, mention breach of contract, or promise a refund or express shipment only if you cancel your dispute. This is a critical decision point. Your next steps determine whether you stay protected or lose leverage. When a dispute is filed, the merchant's risk profile changes. Too many chargebacks can trigger penalties, monitoring programs, and even the loss of their ability to accept card payments. This creates strong incentives for the seller to pressure you to cancel your dispute quickly. Common tactics include urgent promises of a full refund or expedited shipment only if you cancel immediately. This is typically a leverage play. The moment you cancel, the case closes, and you often cannot refile on the same transaction. Therefore, canceling under pressure is usually a serious mistake. Do not continue to engage directly with the seller, as it risks confusion and jeopardizes your case. Preserve all evidence, including emails, confirmations, screenshots, and any tracking history or its absence. After that, communicate only through your financial institution's dispute system so there is a formal record. Let the dispute process proceed and do not cancel under pressure. Promptly provide any information your bank requests and set reminders for deadlines to ensure you respond on time. This flowchart illustrates the typical chargeback journey. It starts with the order being placed and then moves to a non-delivery or lack of communication. The consumer files a dispute, the issuer requests evidence from both sides, and the merchant may attempt pressure tactics. The correct path shows the consumer ignoring pressure and submitting evidence to the bank. The issuer then reviews and decides the outcome. A side branch demonstrates what happens if the consumer cancels the dispute. The case closes, and generally there is no further recourse on that transaction. Sellers may allege breach of contract or send vague legal threats with artificial 24-hour deadlines. These are commonly used intimidation tactics. Cross-border legal threats are especially unlikely due to cost, jurisdictional complexity, and low recoverability. Authentic legal actions follow formal procedures, including service of process, not casually worded emails. Meanwhile, your bank evaluates documented evidence. The most effective response is to avoid engaging with threats and to continue cooperating with your financial institution. On the left are the recommended actions. Maintain the dispute, submit organized evidence, preserve all communications, use measured and factual language, and meet every deadline. On the right are the pitfalls to avoid. Do not cancel the dispute under pressure. Do not accept off-platform refund arrangements. Do not continue arguments with the seller. Do not miss bank timelines. And do not discard any documentation that could support your case. This table lists the most useful evidence. Order confirmation and receipts establish the transaction. Lack of tracking or stalled tracking supports non-delivery. Email threads show delays or unfulfilled promises. Capturing the seller's posted policies can reveal contradictions. A dated timeline helps the bank understand the sequence of events. Finally, screenshots preserve context, especially if web pages or dashboards change after the dispute is filed. Quiz time. The question is, a seller offers a full refund or express shipment only if you cancel your dispute within 24 hours. What should you do? Option A. Cancel the dispute to get a quick refund. Option B. Negotiate a partial refund off-platform. Option C. Decline the offer, keep the dispute open, and let your bank handle it. Option D. Ignore the bank and keep arguing with the seller. You may pause the video now to think about your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to decline the offer, keep the dispute open, and let your bank handle it. Canceling usually closes the case permanently. If the seller does not follow through, you may have no way to reopen the dispute on that transaction. The safest path is to let your bank evaluate the evidence and decide. This timeline shows a realistic cadence after a dispute. On day 0, the dispute is filed, and the seller may send threats or conditional offers. On day 1, the consumer stops direct communication and compiles evidence for the bank. By day 2, the bank acknowledges and sets the next milestone. Over the following weeks, both sides provide evidence. Finally, the issuer decides within a typical window that can extend up to several months depending on the network and region. Cross-border legal threats usually face jurisdictional hurdles, additional filing costs, translation needs, and low odds of collection. This reduces the practical likelihood that such threats are pursued. Your best response remains the same. Maintain your dispute, provide evidence to your bank, and ignore intimidation emails. These are the core takeaways. Do not cancel under pressure. Stop direct communication with the seller and communicate through your bank. Preserve all documents and maintain a clear timeline. Allow evidence to drive the decision. Use checklists and reminders to keep your case organized. Second quiz. After filing your dispute, what is the best communication strategy with the seller? Option A. Continue arguing by email and phone to show persistence. Option B. Stop engaging in archive communications, responding only via your bank if required. Option C. Agree to a private refund in exchange for canceling the dispute. Option D. Block all emails and delete prior messages. You may pause the video now to think about your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to stop engaging in archive communications and only respond via your bank if required. This ensures there is a clean, centralized record for the bank to evaluate and prevents off-platform deals that could jeopardize your position. Keep all prior communications for evidence. In summary, conditional refund offers and legal threats are usually pressure tactics. Do not cancel your dispute in response. Preserve evidence and communicate only through your bank. Use the checklist and timeline to stay organized. Let the evidence decide the case rather than intimidation. You can protect your rights by following these steps. Thank you for watching. If this was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Share your experiences and questions in the comments so others can learn from them. See you in the next video.